So, have you ever thought of, love is maybe too much? Or, something, this one feeling that you can't explain what it is? Or it's just like, you know, true love can be really that complicated and everything. Or love is like too much. But it's never too much to listen to Charlie XCX's, Wuthering Heights. A soundtrack plus album that she made this year, last Friday, and we are here to review her album, and that's what I'm gonna explain today. And let's get to it. So, with the artist performance, the soundtrack was originally supposed to be a soundtrack for the movie Wuthering Heights, along, with the novel that's been out. So I have not really watched the movie, so just let me, just comment down below, like, let me know what you guys think of it. Should I watch it? Should I not watch it? Or, I did see, like, their Rotten Tomato score is, like, 63%, but, I'm not gonna be too worried about the movie right now, so this is a music channel, so I wanted to focus on that, mostly. And so, like, Charlie XCX just talked to the director, Emerald Fennell. He's a director and screenwriter and everything, and who she was working with is with some other producer called named Finn Kane, and she loves the way that it sounds and everything. And then she also read the novel, and she's really into what she's reading and everything. So she is inspired to do more than just doing a soundtrack for the movie, which is a really good thing because the album, I feel like, is pretty good, and I'm gonna explain why in a few categories. So with the artist performance, that is that, and then she also worked with John Cale, and he's like the founder of like alternative like music and everything, which is pretty cool. And it's so like with the production and everything, it has like pop, it has some strings on it. Like, if I tell you like what my favorite instruments are, is definitely like things with strings on it, with guitars, violins, violas, cellos and everything. I'm a huge sucker for strings and everything. That's literally one of my favorite instruments and everything. Yeah, so yeah, just like that, the pop, and of course, Charlie XCX, EDM elements in there too. That's what she is really mostly known for and everything. And so with the lyrics, I would say like this, lyrics are really thought out. Definitely fits right with the soundtrack of the movie. So as you can see here, with House featuring John Cale, and at first with this song, I thought, with the intro and everything, I think this is one of the best like intros that I listened to a while, from a pop album perspective and everything. I don't think we have gotten like a really great like intro like since a very long time, like maybe since the early 2000s. I don't know, guys. Can't really think of another album that has a really great intro, like cinematic like that. Yeah, so I really appreciate that the intro of it, everything, which is why I'm gonna go down to the lyrics soon. So first we have an intro with John Cale explaining, like the perfection and is love really beautiful and everything, and like what could it be, and I don't know which character that he's trying to portray as, but all I know is that is about like like the thought of being perfect, but is trapped and isolated in a house that this character does not want to be in. And together with the chorus, with Charlie XX and John Kill kept saying, "I think I'm gonna die in this house. I'm gonna die in this house. I'm gonna die in this house," has a pretty good meaning into everything. And then at the end, John Cale said, "In every room, I hear silence." So so from what my perspective is in these lyrics here, definitely isolation and everything, and and one of the characters are definitely going insane. I think the whole like theme here with this whole like soundtrack, or like I said, I'd never seen a movie, but based on what I'm seeing right here and what I've heard, it's going through some insanity in there, everything. And then yeah, I thought this one is like it's like very good intro and everything. I don't know what you guys thought about the intro. I thought it was a really good intro, but yeah. So after that, with the lyrics, with Wall of Sound, which is I believe the second song in this soundtrack. Charli XCX, expresses she's involved with something that she does not want to pursue, and like the feeling of being in love is grown with the one female character lead. Sorry, I can't remember the name, but yes, that's what Wall of Sound really does express. And then one of my favorite songs, actually, Dying For You. This character wanted to marry the right person, but ended up being like suffering and pain, because like she knows she wants to be with this person, but then it's inconvenient for this other person that she's with in marriage and everything. It's almost like a Romeo and like Juliet situation almost. So I thought that perspective is pretty cool. And another thing with the song Always Everywhere, lyrics shown with grief over Catherine Heathcliff's, that's the male character's name, Heathcliff's point of view. Like on his perspective on like what his thoughts are and everything. And Chains of Love, that's I think the third or second single for the album, I believe. And explaining like how she feels trapped in a relationship where she doesn't want to be, and like everything's all chained up, mentally chained up, and it's just, and this whole album, and I believe in the movie too, everything is all like gothic and like all gothic theme and everything. And this whole lyrics and this whole like album in general makes me curious about watching the movie, and also read the book too. But other than that, the most important thing with music, of course, is the production. And with the production, like I said, you hear like all the strings and everything, and like you just hear strings pop, and then the EDM aspects of it. And with Finn Kane and Justin Reason, Finn Kane is really talented when it comes to like with like strings and everything, and it's just like really good. And then like my favorite song, the production of it, is Seeing Things. At the beginning, you just hear like the string just hit and everything. And again, I'm a sucker for strings and with guitars. So anything with strings on it, even with the guitars, it's beyond beautiful. And as we can see here, there's not really much of the features, but these features are necessary to the album. Like I said, there's John Cale. He mostly did the intro and everything. And when the first time I heard John Cale, I thought that was Liam Neeson at first. His voice sounds so much like Liam Neeson. Yeah, Liam Neeson. And then yeah, with this, it really does fit. I do love how he narrates the beginning of the intro and everything. I thought he done pretty well done job. And then the second feature, Sky Ferreira. I'm sorry if I butcher her name, but I do love the Eyes of the World featuring her, and her part is like pretty good. And I would say like I do love her part better than Charli XCX's, but Charli is also good with it too. But I just want to point out, that's my favorite feature off of it, considering she's like the only singer in there. But yeah, I just love her part of what she brought in and everything. And hopefully we get to hear more collabs with them. I thought they did pretty well So most importantly, the replay value. I would have to say, like, there's like no skips in this album, literally for me. Like, it's almost like beyond like perfect, almost beyond perfect. I don't believe in like perfect albums or perfect art or anything, but it's really high. So with some of my favorite songs in there is "Dying for You," like I said, "Wall of Sound," that's a really good one too. And "Chains of Love," the single, "Seeing Things," the I'm a sucker, like I said, for strings, and "Altars" and "Eyes of the World" featuring Sky Ferreira. And I must say, like, I think this is like a really good like album for pop like this year and everything. Hopefully this soundtrack will like wins, get nominated or wins for a Grammy and everything. I think this album here is really consistent, and I think it deserves like the praise that it has, because it doesn't really felt like it is a soundtrack, but it's just more than a soundtrack. So I'm really glad that Charlie XCX made this album, and it's really good. I love it better than Brat. Brat is good, but this one I feel like it has more purpose into it. So yeah, with this I give the score a 9 out of 10. It's really good. So let me know what your thoughts are with this soundtrack. Do you love it or do you hate it? So comment down below, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more updates. And yeah, I'll see you next time. See ya.